you love weekends because you get to sleep until late into the morning? Well, now you have all the more reasons to enjoy naps. It turns out that having a good sleep schedule is amazing for your health in the long term. You heard that right. Sleeping less than 7 hours a night can put a lot of stress on your health. In fact, sleep is as important as eating a well-balanced diet and exercising. You'll be surprised to know that up to 35% of adults in the United States don't get enough sleep. Still unsure if sleep should be a priority in your life? We'll be discussing the importance of sleep for overall health in today's video. Let's begin. One, helps with weight control. Did you hit a weight loss plateau? It's like no matter what you do, the weight scale doesn't budge. No amount of dieting or exercising seems to help. In that case, maybe you need to check your sleep schedule. Lack of sleep could be the reason for unexplained weight gain or difficulty losing weight. Sleep is very important for your overall health and weight control. If you sleep less than 7 hours a day, you are at a higher risk of gaining weight and having a higher BMI. Experts have conducted research on this. In a 2020 study, participants were divided into two groups. Group A consisted of people who slept for less than 7 hours, and Group B consisted of those who slept well. The analysis proved that people who did not get the required amount of sleep had a 41% higher chance of obesity. Those who slept longer hours had no increase in risk. When you don't get enough sleep, the hormone ghrelin increases in your body. Consequently, the hormone leptin goes down. Ghrelin makes you feel hungrier. Leptin, on the other hand, makes you feel full. So when there's more ghrelin, you tend to overeat and put on weight. Another reason for weight gain due to lack of sleep is a craving for foods high in sugar and fat. The high calorie content makes them more desirable when fighting off sleep. You would end up adding more calories to your daily intake. 2. Improves productivity. If you want your brain to function at its best capacity, you need to let it get a suitable amount of rest. A brain that is dealing with a lack of sleep will not be as productive as you would like. When you deprive yourself of sleep, all brain functions, including concentration, cognitive abilities, and productivity, will drop significantly. This has been proven through research as well. A study was conducted on physicians who were overworked. The results showed that those who were in very high sleep deprivation state had 97% more possibility of reporting medical errors. Physicians who were at moderate and high levels had a likelihood of 54% and 96% respectively. Research has also shown that getting the required amount of sleep can help with problem-solving skills in both adults and children. It also helps improve your memory. This doesn't mean sleep helps improve productivity only at work or in studies. You'll also find yourself more energetic physically. The next benefit on our list is sure to make you wonder. 3. Improves athletic performance. Curious to know how sleep is connected with athletic performance? After all, sleep is lying motionless on the bed, while athletics require you to be physically active. As it turns out, research has shown that getting adequate sleep is key to your motor skills. It also helps improve your reaction time and increases your endurance limits. When you don't get enough sleep, you are at a higher risk of getting injured. You would also have far less motivation to exercise regularly. So, it is important to get enough sleep regularly so that you can perform at your best. 4. Improves your heart health. When you don't get enough sleep, it puts extra pressure on your heart. Your sleep duration, as well as sleep quality, are important factors when it comes to heart health. Research among various studies was conducted to find out the impact of sleep duration. The analysis showed that sleeping less than 7 hours a day raised the risk of heart disease by 13%. In another analysis, the impact of decreasing amounts of sleep was studied. For every 1 hour decrease from 7 hours of sleep, the risk of heart disease increased by 6%. If you have sleep apnea, it is even more important to sleep well every day. Sleep apnea is a condition in which your breathing is interrupted during sleep. Research has shown that people with sleep apnea have a higher risk of high blood pressure if they don't get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep every day. Another study found that those who slept less than 5 hours every night had a 61% higher chance of increased blood pressure compared with those who slept 7 hours. 5. Impacts your blood sugar levels. We just learned that sleep affects your blood pressure levels. You'll be even more surprised to know that sleeping for shorter durations has an impact on your body's insulin resistance. This means your body would not be able to use insulin properly. You would be at a higher risk of type 2 diabetes if you didn't get your 7 hours of sleep. Experts have done research on this. Analysis of various studies that included a total of more than 1 million participants revealed surprising facts. It showed that people who slept less than 6 hours every day had an 18% chance of getting type 2 diabetes, while those who got less than 5 hours of sleep experienced a 48% probability of getting type 2 diabetes. Not getting enough sleep can cause physiological damage. This includes decreasing insulin sensitivity and changes in hunger hormones. These changes can have a big impact on the risk of getting diabetes. 6. Can cause depression. We don't mean to alarm you. It's not just your physical health that gets affected when you don't get enough sleep for a long time. Your mental health also goes for a toss. People who have poor sleep quality or have sleeping disorders are at greater risk of developing depression. A study was conducted with nearly 2,700 participants. The results showed that those who had anxiety and depression were more likely to have poor sleep. Research has also shown that people with conditions such as insomnia have a higher chance of developing depression. If you're not getting enough sleep or feel your mental health is being affected, you should check in with a healthcare professional. 7. Impacts the immune system. So far, we've learned that sleep impacts your mental health, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and heart health. But can it also make you more likely to catch infections? Does it affect your body's capability to fight off diseases? As it turns out, people who don't get enough sleep are very likely to have an impaired immune system. Your body needs proper rest to take stock of the system and make sure the immune system remains healthy. Research also indicates the same. Scientists conducted a study in which participants were divided into 2 groups. Group A had people who slept more than 7 hours, and Group B had those who slept less than 5 hours in a night. The results showed that Group B was nearly 5 times more likely to get a cold. People who slept between 5 and 6 hours a night had 4 times the likelihood of catching a cold. Maybe that's why sleeping more helps when you have a cold. 8. Impacts inflammation. Want to get rid of inflammation in your body? It's simple. Get a good night's sleep. Sleep is very important for regulating your central nervous system. It is key for the stress response systems in your body. When you don't get enough sleep, it signals your inflammation pathway. This results in an increase in inflammation markers as well as C-reactive protein. When you have inflammation for a longer period of time, it turns into a chronic disease. This can include obesity, Alzheimer's disease, and even cancer. 9. Impacts on social interactions. Honestly, this is the most overlooked aspect of sleep. When you don't get enough rest at night, you are most likely to feel irritated the next day. You will find it difficult to regulate your emotions. When that happens, it's harder to have pleasant social interactions. It is possible you won't be your usual self. Exhibiting empathy becomes difficult. You might even react poorly to your friends' or partner's innocent teasing. And all of this is because your lack of sleep made you tired. So, the next time you feel you're on the verge of an emotional outburst, take a look at your sleep schedule. A good night's sleep might actually put you in a pleasant mood. Another reason you need your daily Z's is to prevent yourself from getting lonely. Being tired due to a lack of sleep is likely to reduce your participation in social events. This would end up making you feel more lonely over time. If you prioritize your sleep, you can avoid these sticky social situations. You would be able to improve your relationships and widen your social circle. 10. Your sleep impacts others. Your lack of sleep can be harmful to others as well. Confused? Let me explain. When you're tired due to a lack of sleep, you won't be able to do your tasks effectively. Your reflexes and decision-making would be poor. It's almost similar to being drunk on alcohol. Experts have suggested that around 1 in 25 people have fallen asleep while driving a car. People who have slept less than 6 hours a night are more likely to feel sleepy while driving. This increases the likelihood of road accidents. Another study was conducted in 2018 among people who slept 6 hours or less. People who got less than 4 hours of sleep were 15 times more likely to cause a car accident. So, the next time you're about to hit the road, make sure you've had enough sleep last night. Now that you know how important sleep is for your health, maybe you need help falling asleep faster. Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more sleep-related videos. Shall we? Watch 7 milk drinks that will help you sleep better and faster. You can also try our video on the 6 best foods that will help you sleep instantly. Go ahead, click one. Or better yet, watch both and learn more about sleep and nutrition. Do you get enough sleep at night? Let us know in the comments below.